In the world of motorcycling, we have bikes that are built to rule the tracks with razor sharp precision. We then have dual sport bikes or adventure tourers that help us conquer different terrains. We also then have the city slingers that help you commute through the city with utmost ease and comfort. But then we have a special breed that was created with one sole purpose that forms the very essence of motorcycling, purpose that maximizes fun to the fullest, purpose that underscores thrill and excitement to the most extreme level possible for the human mind to comprehend or conceptualize. A bike that gives you wings to fly and the power to soar, a bike that Ducati wasn't sure initially to bring into production but now has eventually turned out to be a legend to be remembered forever. This is the Ducati Hypermotard 939. So with the dramatic intro out of the way, let's get a bit of Dinopedia in here. The Hypermotard was designed by legendary motorcycle designer Mr. Pierre Terblanche, the person who has designed motorcycles for exotic brands like Norton, Moto Guzzi and Confederate Motors. First showcased back in 2005 in the EICMA trade show, the Hypermotard immediately garnered attention as it won the prestigious Best of Show award at the EICMA. The first gen Hypermotard came powered by a Desmodronic air-cooled 90-degree V-twin with 1078cc engine and weighed a mere 180 kgs. It's like the power of the Hulk being stuffed into the body of Quicksilver. Well, over the years, the model has evolved, making things better and more exciting with each new iteration. Now, this new 939 version was introduced in 2016, celebrating over a decade-long run of offering unlimited fun. So with the 939, we get two variants to choose from. One is the standard model, which is what I'm featuring today, and then we have the SP model, which gets dual tone paint scheme, lightweight forged Marchesini wheels, increased suspension travel with increased seat height of 890 mm compared to 870 mm of the standard variant. The SP edition is 3 kgs lighter, weighing in at 178 kgs dry compared to 181 kgs of the standard edition. The SP edition also gets fully adjustable Öhlins rear monoshock with an integrated gas reservoir which offers a rear wheel travel of 175 mm compared to 150 mm of the standard variant. Also, please note that we only get the standard edition here in India for now. Maybe the SP edition will be introduced later on. Now, talking about the standard 939 model that I'm reviewing today, powering the bike is the new Testa Stretta 11-degree L-twin Desmodronic liquid-cooled 937cc engine that puts out 110 bhp of max power at 9000 rpm and 95 Nm of max torque at 7500 rpm. We get a 6-speed gearbox. Now, this is almost the same engine featured on the 821 model, but the bore has been increased to bump up the capacity to 937cc via new pistons, rods, crank and head design. The valve size is unaltered, which results in improving combustion efficiency, thereby improving the mid-range torque. The drivetrain also includes an all-new, slightly longer exhaust along with a new oil cooler, and as a result of all these aforementioned changes, Ducati claims an 18% boost in the mid-range torque along with a 3% increment in the peak power. The supermoto styling makes it truly a one-of-a-kind motorcycle, which sets it apart from the rest of the flock. It almost appears like a completely different breed with a typical dirt bike-inspired demeanor coupled with street-friendly rubber that lets you unleash the best of both worlds in the setting of your choice. The 939 gets integrated turn signals in the handguards that lends the bike a signature appeal of its own. Stripped down to bare minimum bodywork with the exposed tubular steel trellis frame, the futuristic-looking headlamp design, as well as the tapered tail with a perfectly encapsulated tail lamp cluster, the bike gets a stunning ageless design that would look up to date even 5 years down the line. The Speedo is an LCD unit, although I would have preferred a full-color TFT console. Taking the bike out for a spin, the bike is an absolute delight. Its free-revving nature allows you to literally play with it both on-road and off of it. The bike gets a new steel tubular trellis frame which offers outstanding handling characteristics like what we saw Tom Cruise pull off in the Night and Day movie along with Cameron Diaz on board, although I would never suggest you try something like that with your girlfriend. And just for the records, I would say that the bike used in the film was actually an Aprilia SXV dressed up as the Ducati. Now, getting back to the review, further aiding the bike's brilliant handling is the die-cast aluminium single-sided swing arm that provides more sturdiness, thereby offering superior control and balance to the rider. Also pitching in here is the adjustable Sachs monoshock at the back that allows for a rear wheel travel of 150 mm. Up front we get 43 mm upside down forks that offer a superb front end feel. The acceleration is really intense right from the word go. The bike is literally wanting to lift off each time you ring the throttle. The engine is nice and refined without any vibrations whatsoever up to speeds of 150 km per hour. The clutch feel is nice and light and the throttle response is nice and immediate without any latency. The suspension is slightly on the stiffer side to offer top-notch performance and superb handling. However, it isn't too rigid to break your back. Talking about the brakes, up front we get dual 320 mm semi-floating discs with M432 Brembo monoblock 4-piston calipers. At the back we get a single 245 mm disc with 2-piston calipers. Add to this the reassurance of Ducati's safety pack on board, including ABS and traction control, and the bike becomes an absolute delight with total control. The braking is confidence inspiring because when you have a hooligan on the loose, you need to have good enough stopping power to beat all the insanity into submission. The brakes are indeed effective and I was quite satisfied with the overall braking performance. Talking about the tires, we get 17-inch wheels at both ends with a 120/70 tire up front and a 180/55 tire at the back. We get Pirelli Diablo Rosso 2 tires that offer superior road grip. Talking about the technology on board, we get ride-by-wire system that offers 3 different riding modes, namely Sport, Touring and Urban. In the Sport mode, the bike unleashes out all of its 110 horses with a sporty power delivery. In this mode, traction control intervention is slightly reduced and the ABS is set to level 1 with reduced rear lift control. In the touring mode, we still do get 110 horses but with a more linear and progressive power delivery. In this mode, there's slightly increased intervention of the traction control and the ABS is set to level 2 for maximum braking stability and lift control. In the urban mode, the bike unleashes only 75 of its ponies with a linear throttle response with a greater intervention of the traction control, and ABS is set to level 2 for maximized braking stability and lift-off control. The bike also gets an anti-hop clutch, which means this allows for faster downshifts without running the risk of the rear wheel locking or hopping. Seat height, as mentioned before, is 870 mm, which is on the higher side. Now I'm close to 5 feet 7 inches tall and I was left tiptoeing whenever I had to put my feet down. Nevertheless, the bike is so perfectly balanced that you feel in complete control of the bike all the time. Tank capacity is 16 liters, which results in decent tank range. Ground clearance is not mentioned, but it is sufficient enough to do a bit of off-roading. Mileage-wise, there is no official claim as such, but I feel we can expect close to 15 kmpl from this bike. The ex-showroom price here in India for the Ducati Hypermotard 939 is rupees 11.12 lakhs. Well, that's pretty much it for now. Special thanks to Vinay, the owner of the bike, for lending me this bike for review. Special thanks to Murli for helping me capture the riding shots, and also to Dhruv for tagging along for this ride. So that's pretty much it for now. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao, take care, God bless and ride safe.